Hey guys, Jonathan Graham here. Well, today I'll be doing a redo of a video I did about 4 years ago on this lighter that I designed back in 2015. One of my viewers didn't like the way the last video turned out, so I'm going to make a better video this time of the same model so you can see better. So this is from a 6-inch square, by the way, in case you haven't seen the other one. This is a cool design I made from one uncut square of paper about 4 years ago. So let's make our lighter here. You're going to start with a square of paper. I'm using a nice patterned paper here. I'm going to start with the colored side up, and we're going to fold in half diagonally in both directions. Make sure to line up your corner as well. Unfold and rotate, and fold in half the other way. Now we're going to do what's called a kite base. There's middle creases right here. I'm going to fold this corner so that this edge of the square lines up with the middle crease, and this new crease is going to go to this corner, like so. That's one side, and then this other side we're going to fold in as well to the center. I'm just going to turn this so that I can get a good fold here. This is a fairly simple base in origami. It's called a kite base. And this is what we use to make the lighter. So there's our kite base. Now we're going to take this corner here, these flaps, I'm going to fold this corner down to this, where this crease meets the edge. And we're going to do this on both of these flaps. Just like that. And now we're going to fold this over, left to right. And we're going to fold this in half on the crease in the center, like this. And now we're going to rotate this around so that the point is facing towards us. So we're going to fold this point up to here, like that, and unfold. And now we're going to bring this crease up to the edge, like that. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take this point here and fold it to this crease here. This point will land in the center crease on this edge. Just like that, alright? And now here's sort of a fun, interesting little move. We're going to lift this flap up, this whole flap, allowing this to, we're going to lift this up, allowing this to sit behind like that. And we're going to fold this side in, starting at this point, and this edge here where the blue is will line up on this crease right here. And this point will almost touch the middle, but not quite. And that's shows you that you have a perfectly parallel crease, parallel to the center. And now we're going to fold this back down over this on the existing crease, allowing this to pop back up, this edge here. Now on this side, on this side, we're going to take this point and fold it, this corner at the bottom, and fold it to this center of this edge here. It's going to kind of fold just beyond that part there. So you have this piece here. This goes right to there. And now we're going to go from this side, and we're going to take this flap and fold this corner so it hits this point right here. And these edges, of course, will be parallel to each other. And at the bottom, you can also make sure that this little edge is parallel to the rest of the model. And again, this point won't quite meet the center, but that's okay. We're almost finished here. I'm going to fold this in half to sort of set things in place. You can see how it's starting to look like a lighter now with this piece on the top, which is going to be the top part there. Now I just have to make this little lever or whatever you call it, sort of like the flint, I guess. And we're going to fold this point up so it's about 1/3 from this crease. So we're going to divide this area in thirds, if you will. Doesn't have to be exact, but just approximate. I'm going to go about to there. And we're going to fold in a small tip at the end. Again, there's no exact reference, but just less than an inch, maybe about like that, depending on the size of paper you're using. And now comes an interesting fold. First we're going to fold this back in half to set the creases here. We're going to do like a rabbit ear. We're going to pinch this and bring this down. You can see how it can flex down this inner point as we fold this in half. And with that, we can adjust this here so it's about like that, and then push it down good and press it in. And that's the end. Now we're almost done. I'm going to take this flap and we're going to tuck so that this whole flap here and here goes into these pockets. So the easier way to do that is I'm going to sort of curve this, but we're going to curve this anyways when we're done for shaping. And we're going to take this flap, and tuck it into these two pockets. See how this goes? This piece goes, this tab goes in front of this one, and this little part goes in front of that part, interlocking the pieces together. And now you're going to flatten it a bit. At this point, you could finish there if you want it to be more of a flat model, like for maybe on a greeting card or something. But to make it look more realistic, I'm going to actually make it three-dimensional. So we're going to open up the bottom here and sort of make a circle shape, because these disposable lighters tend to be kind of oval shaped from the side, like that. And then on this top here, this white area here, you can actually sculpt this a bit, or shape this by bringing this together to look more like the where the flame would, the nozzle, if you will, where the flame would come out. And if you have paper like duo paper that's like silver foil on one side and colored or pattern on the other, and have the silver for where the white is, that will make it look more realistic in color. But when you finish that, you're pretty much done your lighter, and that's from 1 6-inch square. It's a little bit bigger than an actual Bic lighter, but pretty close to actual size. And here's one from duo paper, because it's two different colors. Here's pattern duo. This is a larger square, and then this one here we just made now. So I hope you're able to make that one. It looks like it turned out much better than the last video, so please remember to rate, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time.